Good afternoon, Major Wallace, Captain McPhillips, class. I am Cadet June, and today I will be briefing you on career opportunities here at Detachment 159. Here's a little overview and the problem statement. Within Detachment 159, the wing has been lacking in pointing its cadets towards working opportunities that align with their AFSC goals. By creating relationships with outside organizations, the detachment would be opening easier avenues for cadets to realize their interests or disinterests. And for examples on working opportunities, I have dental assistants, police interns, things of that sort. Of course, it doesn't limit itself to those, but of course, all of these, one thing they have in common is that they align with a specific AFSC. And that is the purpose of this basically program, if you want to call that, is to help cadets find career opportunities while still here at UCF that they could hopefully align with their AFSC goals. Now, obviously, we don't get to decide on what we get to do in the Air Force, but it wouldn't hurt to better our chances. So here are a few courses of action. First and foremost, we could issue out information of job opportunities nearby campus in our newsletter. And this is a new thing that has, I'm sure, helped out a lot of younger cadets with information when it comes to the detachment itself. So if we were able to find any type of listings online in a newspaper, if you still read those, or wherever, just flyers, and we would put them in our newsletter and allow the cadets to be able to find specific jobs, whether it be a fast food restaurant or any of the high-end jobs that there may be out there, to help them be able to find something to do. Or we could organize with local businesses to build a pipeline for cadets to work for them. And what I mean by that is, say a cadet finds a great organization that they have interned with or just started working with as an actual job, and they want to be able to share that with other cadets that they feel could help them if they have the same aspirations. We could get their leadership to get in contact with our leadership, whether it be the cadet or actual cadre, and be able to set up a situation to where we could have future cadets go over there and work for them. And we could also offer opportunities for cadets to volunteer a briefing on. And what I mean by that is say that we do utilize the second point that I just made. We could have one of those cadets put together a briefing voluntarily, of course, about where they work, what they do, and how it furthers their understanding of what they want to do on active duty. Now, here are the pros, aka the whys, on why we should utilize this program. First, it aids in keeping cadets out of trouble. Of course, this is a big thing because we're in college, and as cadets, we're number one students. And the first thing that we want to do is graduate so that we can commission. And we can't do either one of those if we're consistently in trouble. And the best way to stay out of trouble is to stay busy, doing positive things. And this, of course, could possibly be a great financial benefit, especially if it pays, or just in general, further along down the line, if you did this as a prerequisite, it could be great for furthering along any other career aspiration. It could further a cadet's understanding of what they want to do on active duty. Of course, I'm not going to say that's an absolute on something that could happen, but it could. Networking is a big thing, time management, and pay attention to the last two because these could either be a pro or a con, depending on how you view things. Me personally, I view them as pros because, of course, you want to be able to, the detachment is here to help the cadets out, and we're all supposed to help each other get to commissioning because a great force is what we're striving to be a part of. And why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't we work to eliminate one responsibility for a cadet? You know, say they need something to do. Why not help them out? Work smarter, not harder. It's only going to further benefit the detachment as a whole. And of course, needing a team dedicated to growing and nurturing the culture. We're gonna need to put a team together in order for this to work properly. You don't want to just leave it out up in the air because it's going to be forgotten about. And another con that could be viewed as a pro as well is it requires us to be reliable on other people to be reliable. If that makes sense. And that can be a difficult thing to do, but that again is a part of working with a team, and that could be viewed as a pro. So there are two things that could happen if this program was implemented. One, it could work out as planned and it become a staple of Detachment 159. Two, It could go by the wayside and be forgotten about within 2 years. And like other programs that have been implemented within the detachment, that could definitely happen if it's not taken seriously and if the team that's put together doesn't correctly do their job. So my recommendation is, of course, to implement it now. Why not? It's not going to hinder the detachment in any sort of way if it doesn't work. You could always find out and realize that it needs to be tweaked in certain areas, but this can only benefit us. So in summary, I spoke about the problem statement, working opportunities, courses of action, pros, aka the why, cons, and what would happen, as well as my recommendation. This concludes my briefing. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me via email or my phone number. Thank you very much.